So without further ado, I selected these. My colleagues have not seen them, and now they will debate. I'm just going to pull up my stopwatch right here. Here is Group A, which consists of TSM, JD, Rogue, and either Supermassive or Unicorns of Love. That was the only one where it was left ambiguous, so I said just pick one of the two. Ready, set, go.
All right, JD Gaming's number one. Let's just move on. JD is number one, Supermassive or Unicorns of Love. I'm gonna say Unicorns of Love. I think Unicorns of Love are a slightly better team.
Or four. However, so here would be my argument. I think that Rogue would be number 2 out of this group over TSM. And this is not because I'm a TSM hater, but I think actually if you put Unicorns of Love in this group, or Supermassive, but I would say Unicorns of Love has a better chance. I actually think they could take some games off of the European or North American teams.
Yeah,
maybe enough to be a difference maker. Not enough to actually qualify out, but enough to help the odds of one of the other North American or European team, TSM or Rogue, get out. That would be my thought. I think Rogue is stylistically better as a team than TSM. I think that TSM has a better X factor in certain players, i.e. Bjergsen. My biggest question for Rogue, I was writing some of our LEC regional fan guide today, has been whether or not they can actually perform when it matters. I had this giant question over their head about international events. In a group like this, though, I think that they could win out.
I would say, yeah, JD is number one. That's easy. I actually think Unicorns of Love could maybe sneak out of this group. I actually am a big...
Wow.
No, I
Russia,
think,
baby.
Well, it's Russia. It's also you have to think about it.
Like the best minor region team, especially now that Vietnam is not sending a team to main event.
Even there, though, I wouldn't say like I think CIS is overlooked. Look at the last 2 years of CIS at Worlds. Gambit lost 3-2 in a narrow series that C9 probably should have lost in Korea in the qualifier finals, where Gambit almost made it to the group stages. That Cloud9 team made semifinals at Worlds. Last year, Splice versus Unicorns of Love, a very similar, the core of the Unicorns of Love team is still there. No Man's in the mid lane is still there, their star player. They were one game away from knocking out Splice from Worlds.
1 minute left.
They should have knocked them out of the Worlds. So, again, Splice made quarterfinals. I think Unicorns of Love takes a game or two off of some of these teams. Oh my god. I think Broken Blade's X Factor. I think Broken Blade could... I love Finn. I think Finn's a really good player. I don't think he's in his best form right now. I think Broken Blade is in his best form. I think Broken Blade could be the X Factor over Rogue. I'm going to say TSM. I'm a North American homer. JD number 1. TSM number 2 for me.
30 seconds.
I didn't really get to talk that much, but what I will say is that I think this group would end up a lot like the FPX group that we saw last year, where it would end up being Rogue and JD Gaming facing each other in a tiebreaker to see who was the first seed out of this group. Because I also think that, yes, Chinese teams have a chance to drop things in a best of or a single game format. So.
Like that you call yourself on
Doubters.
So
Doubters.
I always
JD
try to
and
correct
Unicorns?
myself mid-sentence.
I got voted off, so yeah, it's 2-1.
What's the final answer?
JDG
and Rogue.
Yeah, I got outvoted. Just remember that I picked TSM in this matter. Sorry, Rogue, I love you.
I was just gonna say I appreciate that Emily corrected herself and didn't say best of one, because best of one is a stupid term and we don't use it around here. But
Never.
yes.
Never. By the way, side note, if you want to see a really cool setup for a final, check out how Supermassive won in the TCL in the last split. The scene, like the whole CGI that they used and the overlays and everything, really, really cool. So definitely go check that out if you want to see a cool presentation. It was very, very well done. All right, Group B. Here is your second group. Emily, I'm going to start with you on this one. Group B consists of Top Esports, DRX, Machi Esports, and Mad Lions.
Oh man, this is a fun group actually, just because DRX, I am not high on them, and I know Tyler agrees with me on this, because right now, like in their current form, they're basically Chobi, and that hasn't always been the case with this team, but right now that's kind of what they've been in playoffs.
Damn it, Carrie! The moment I start hyping you up.
I mean, I still think Carrie is a great player, but
Daft is kind of
Top is a team that I will say, even when they mess up really terribly, they can beat you in a 5v5 just based on pure mechanical team fighting. So unlike JDG, where I think they'd have more of an FPX trajectory where they lose their first game and everyone's like, this team is trash, they're LGD 2015, this is going to be terrible. By the way, we have LGD 2020 this year, so look forward to that. But yeah, I think it's TES 1. The second team is really interesting, though. I would have said Mad Lions previously, but they looked really shaky in playoffs, like really, really
another team that I have major concerns about when pressure is on.
And DRX is another team. Didn't look super great.
They got Chovy though. They got Chovy. You know what Mad Lions doesn't have? Mad Lions don't have Chovy. Sorry, Humanoid. I like ya, but you're gonna get rolled by Chovy.
So okay. So I think this comes down, the DRX and Mad discussion comes down to the top side of the map. Jungle and top in particular. Arome does not stand out. Does not stand out to me any more than anyone else. But Shadow, I think, is so much better than Piosik.
Chovy.
Generally. I get you. Chovy is great. He is a top 5 player in the world, in my opinion. I'm not disputing this.
Behind the top 5.
He is fantastic. He is fantastic. However, his team is not so fantastic outside of Kirio lately, and I actually think Kaiser is like, if anyone's gonna give Kirio some grief, as good as he is, like Kaiser is actually really good. Kaiser is really good. So like, I don't believe in Mad because they've let me down in terms of when like the pressure's on. This team is not good when like the pressure has been on for them. They're very inexperienced, but Shadow is just like miles ahead of Piosik.
This is TES, and then all of the 3 teams. I actually don't think Piosik is nearly as bad as you think he is, but all of the other 3 teams just kind of battling it out. It might be DRX. I'll probably go with DRX, but like this wouldn't be a shock if. I mean, Machi probably has a pretty big say in who makes it out of this group as well.
Also, yes.
Chovy will slap these. You guys are foolish. Chovy just dragged DRX over Gen
I just said I picked DRX second.
Chovy literally 1v9 Gen G. Top esports obviously
all right, you've convinced me. I'm going DRX. I'm going DRX second.
I was like, I said DRX second. Why am I being attacked?
Time's up.
Because you don't give enough respect to Chovy.
I said DRX is literally Chovy.
So top esports and DRX, is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. The real answer here is top esports and Chovy. There's no.
Okay, got it.